Hello and welcome. I'm Peasant, and in this playthrough, I'm going to be taking on Sweden 6 with River. So, this is my start, and it does look a little bit gross. This is a problem. I'm not sure the solution here. So, already this is going to be, I'm going to be falling victim to this extra damage, leading to a double blight placement. And of course, it would be a cascade. And as River, you don't really have defense. I could wash away these buildings and this explorer. And the benefit of that would be that it only drops a single a single corruption, a blight even in the ravage. So it would reduce the amount of blight by one. The island would still tip because, of course, we are still playing with the old school rules here. On the plus side, I can destroy this explorer and prevent this build, and I think that's probably the thing to do. I mean, it's a bit gross. Or even just use my innate to push them. So I think this is horrible though. You don't really want to be blighted blighted this early. So I'm thinking about just gaining a power card. I might draw something that helps with this situation. So yeah, it's slightly desperate, and it's going to ruin my setup a little bit. Let's see what we get. Well, Quicken the Earth Struggles. That's a card. That is indeed a card. In case you're in any doubt, one of the cardiest cards you can get. It's 10 defense though. Defending is just horrible against Sweden. So if they build the city here, they'd be looking down at that would be 12 damage. This wouldn't be enough on its own to defend it there, and I'd need a sacred site. However, that could be better than allowing 3 blight to place. But then maybe picking a card that's actually got better elements would be more appropriate. I.e. water. But this is such a cool card. I mean, this is a bit tricky. I think maybe if I go with this and just go turn one wash away, rivers bound. I mean, I kind of want to deal with this coastal, deal with that coastal business down there. But actually, I think have this as a slightly odd turn 2. I know it's already an odd turn 1, but go with a very conventional bounty wash away turn, and then turn 2 double place presence in here. I think maybe even we're going for this is a slightly odd start. So where are we going? Two presents. So I could place it in here for my next presence, but this is typically what I'd call my coastal deathland. So not necessarily what I want. Well, I want a sacred site in here anyway, so that I could use Quicken the Earth. So I may as well commit to this slightly backwards plan already. And in addition, I'm thinking because turn 2 is going to be odd anyway, I may as well just keep with the oddness and go with something like so I think it's something like this, and then I could pull the town out that gets built out of there, and in here. See, this would be a really great land to just build up enemies in and destroy them as well, but. Or maybe I River's Bounty and bring a load of Dahan in there. Oh, actually, that's good. I like that. So I can bring them in, and I can actually wash away and push a little bit out. Okay, that sounds reasonable. This feels like doesn't feel like the optimal turn 1. Not that I've played enough River to know what the optimal turn 1 was, but I feel pretty sure that this is not it. So currently we're looking down the barrel of 12 damage. So we need to let's bring a couple of Dahan in. So we've got 6 on the counterattack. So we only need to remove a single town from here. So I think I'm going to push a town into here. And this is 6 health worth, so I'm just going to leave all that stuff in there. Okay, so that land will be dealt with as long as I remember to place another presence in there. And then we've got massive float. I just realised I can't target there. Damn it, peasant. So I'll prevent this build. The next best thing. Yeah, that's a lapse. Just not going to place any presents over here. Ah, yeah. So not moving that town is kind of a problem. It's kind of a problem. Um, this is a very ham-fisted approach to playing the game. So I need a presence in here to use this. Yeah, I just don't. This is not how I play river. This is not how I play river. What's going on? What the hell is going on? So we're gonna go with this. This is just awful. Well, it's not awful, but it doesn't feel like this is not going to win any awards for elegant river play here. I don't think. I mean, okay, so we have at least dealt with this ravage. We've got a fear card. All is not lost, but this is quirky, very quirky. All right, so if we did a place 2, we'd get to our reclaim 1. I don't even normally go along this top track at all. I feel wrong. So we've got this ravage here. It is going to be a 2 damage ravage. Interesting. I could actually... I actually could place the double presence here, reclaim this old card, and make a sacred site in there pretty much effortlessly. I think that might be an okay way of doing it. And Boon of Vigor would just be a little bit of energy on the side. Yeah, so we're just kind of forcing the reclaim 1, while also... Yeah, I think this is okay. Gets job done. Okay, so we just Vigor, which would be a little bit of extra energy. Okay, so we'll do that in there. Defend 10. And Boon of Vigor. Each player may push a Dahan from a land with invaders or gather a Dahan into a land with invaders. Well, don't mind if I do. That's pretty handy. So we'll gather a Dahan in. That's convenient. Too convenient. Because as long as I can keep their building the amount of their... Oh, I'd completely forgotten about their flirty Dahan. Sorry, their flirty explorers. Oof. Not for the first time, so apologies to those who were pulled by this brazen flirting. Okay, we've got a mountain ravage here, but the islands actually, we're looking okay. Well, we don't have to reclaim here, because we've always got this reclaim 1. I could kind of really push down my tracks. The thing is, you don't really want to reclaim before you get to 4, in my bitter experience. Did I say bitter? That's what I really meant was bitter. We can keep the island healthy. Actually, the island's still going to be healthy after this ravage because it's not got above that magical 6 damage. But we kind of want to be doing something about these as well. These are both going to build. And I'm just wondering if I can afford a turn where I just push to 4. We could go with this option here. Gain a new card and... Oh, but then we can't defend in there. But this isn't a high priority defend. It's only 1 blight. This is a way better defend because there's a fight back in there. I also feel like I need to just check this. If that land has at least as many invaders as Dahan, replace a Dahan with a Tan. So yeah, we've got danger of flirting in there as well. Because damn it. And I think I've been playing the rules wrong with the Swedish flirting. I think I made a mental shortcut that basically they're at risk when they're on their own, and then after that, that was just... And then I think I just thought that was the rule for half long. It's not the rule. See, if I get to 4 actions, then I can actually just be using this pretty consistently, especially since I've got this bit on the turn track. What else is there in the discard pile that's worth reclaiming? The other nice thing is that if I... actually, that's not true. In fact, I could reclaim flash floods. The trouble with reclaiming flash floods is that it means I wouldn't necessarily have the energy to play all this stuff next turn, because flash floods cost 2, and I need the wash away as well, so I'd need a total of 3 energy. So yeah, flash floods isn't the answer. So yeah, I think I am going to do this. It's yeah, it's what I'm doing. Okay, we'll quicken those struggles, quicken them, and we have Youngle. Yeah, so they are flirting in there. It's unfortunate. Yeah, that's probably it. If there's a rematch, that's something I need to pay more close attention to. For definite. Okay, so we reclaimed this turn. And now we've got the 5th action. So because we've had a slightly odd turn, this is going to be a much more useful turn. I'd actually forgotten there was a gain energy on there, so I would have been able to use flash floods and quicken. Never mind. Okay, yeah, so we definitely want a minor power here. Okay, what have we got? What do we got? We've got 2 mountain ravages. We've got one that's very solvable even, and we've got some less solvable ones. This coastal one, we would need. We can't defend that because we don't have the sacred site in there. We only have 1 quicken. So, yeah. So I think that is just getting let go. I don't think I've got a way of dealing with that. So I think we're setting up for a big ravage on the coast. Now there is going to be a build on that coastal wetland, and the trouble with that is it means that if I do a little bit of damage with the city, with my flash floods, the city won't be there. So the city will. So yeah, I won't be able to completely clear it, unfortunately. But I think it's still pretty good. Just wondering what to pick here. Cool to tend might be okay. It's got water on it, but maybe I just don't worry so much. I mean, I've got such a useful off-brand card here. Maybe I don't worry too much about things staying on brand. With this wetland build that will become a ravage, I mean, sap the strength will just kind of help with that. We do have the 5th action now, so we're not too worried about things all matching up. Because often you'll get to this stage of the game and you have 4 because of doing it the correct way instead of whatever this is. Oh, we could go with gnawing root biters, but I don't think because we need to play basically all our start cards and quicken. So whatever we play this time, we're probably not going to use. Let's go with sap. Because yeah, I want to prevent that from cascading. So that's a lot of cards, but we do have our full innate. We're going to be able to push a town in with wash away. Yeah, that's the move. Okay, so we quicken the struggles up here with the old defend 10, boon of vigor. The flash floods. Yeah, it's a shame with the flash floods. They're not actually going to do anything particularly. Though we can only pull 1 town in, so I suppose it is worth just destroying a town somewhere. Let's destroy. Let's destroy one of these towns. Just destroy one of those. Then we've got this jungle ravage. Oh. Okay. And coastal explore, huh? Well. Okay, so we have wetland ravage next turn. Damn it, there's only 1 Dahan in this part of town. The only Dahan in the village. At least they can't be flirted with now because we're out of age 2. Okay, so we have a coastal build. I mean, this wash away here is probably the thing to do, but this already has 2 blight in. Actually, oh, this is a city as well. It's going to be a build first too. Yeah, I think just preventing this build is the better thing to do here. So we'll push all these people in there. And we have River's Bounty, so this poor Dahan on their own is just a bit stuck, really. Let's ooh. Oh, have I made a mistake? I think I've made a mistake. I've put some defend in a land that doesn't need to defend. Oh, we're in the slow phase. Oh, Jesus, peasant. Jesus, peasant. You need to buck your ideas up. Okay. Yeah, so we'll River's Bounty, there will be Ravage here this turn, so we'll just bring a couple of Dahan in here. And now we can massive flooding in there. And it really is, look at that, massive flooding. How are we doing for fear, for our fear cards? 2 away from Terror 2. Okay, but we've got 2 Ravages. Okay, we've got our sap. This might be a turn to push forward, you know. We could reclaim with our Reclaim 1 and defend in both of these. It's a shame we can't kill this city on the fight back, but might even be a turn to gain another power card. Because the trouble is that we are very close to just being stuck playing the same, you know, just reclaiming every turn. And we're really good to get down this track a bit more. Though, actually, we're doing okay for time. This is going to be good if we can clear this out. It's kind of tempting to try and get a major power, but we've got nothing that we can get rid of right now. All of our stat hand are necessary, as far as I can tell, from the point of view of getting our innate, and then our extra stuff is just really useful defense, so no major power. I think maybe just gaining another power card would be more useful, though. Gaining another minor power. Let's see what we get. Okay, this has the perfect elements. Oh, Gift of Power. Look at this. Beautiful. Perfect elements, but defend 2, not that useful against Sweden. I think this is the one here, especially given that we're having a bit of, yeah, this is going to just help us. The game is not exactly, we're not that close to it being over just yet, so, and it's at 2 range, so I guess I need to be thinking about where I'm going to be potentially using Quicken the Earth Struggles. So we've actually got Sacred Sites all over the place. I could put it in here. Actually, this is going to be what, 5, 6, 7, 10. So we could think about defending in there. I don't know if that's worth the time though. If I place a presence there now and then next turn, depends what I get with Gift of Power. And then next turn potentially go with this option again and maybe gain a major power, especially if I Gift of Power and gain something useless. Yeah, okay, I think I'm doing it. Not sure if it's the best, but it is what I'm doing. So we are gaining Quicken. Yeah, Gift of Power is just going to be really nice. So we have our Defend 5, Defend 10. And we have our Downward Spiral, so I would not just going to immediately remove that. Let's just remove this from up here. Each player removes an explorer from an inland land, do they? That guy is dead, so we'll just remove one of these. And then we have the Ravage. Unfortunately, nothing that great in there, but this is acceptable. Jungle and Sand. Okay, Gift of Power. We want something useful. Ooh, Nature's Resilience is a good card. It's a good card. Just realised, of course, that this Explore has kind of made the numbers a bit horrible on the coast. That Coastal Ravage is now 11. Oh no, that's okay. That's just about acceptable. See, the only off-brand card we're really using at the moment is Quicken, because it's so useful. Yeah, and this coast in here is pretty horrible too. That's an 8 damage Ravage. So you can't actually really do anything about both of those. Unless we stack defense cards. Is that worthwhile? If we could stack defense cards and be using our innate at the highest tier, that would be one thing, but we can't because the defense cards we're using are kind of off-brand. They're off-brand. So maybe what I do is I let this coastal wetland go. I mean, nature's resilience is great, especially as I've got so much water kicking around. I mean, against Sweden... moving Dahan around would be good if there were any. Delusions of Danger, actually. I'm starting to come around to this card. I'm going to go with Resilience, but yeah, probably that's forget fodder. Okay, so I think I'm going to let this coastal one go. It would still be worth throwing a defend card in there. Can I actually... Can I actually get the right elements if I do use this and this? Because basically this and this between them have the elements of wash away, so I should actually be able to get the elements, but then I'm not going to be able to wash away before I use my innate, so it's going to be less effective. There's also the possibility of going for a major power here. That might be pretty nice. Not many cards left in the deck. I'm not even sure what would be that effective. I think I'm going to look at a major power. See what I get. Cleansing Floods. Well, that's a card that's pretty good. Pretty good for us. It's a lot of damage. Not sure we even need that much damage, but it's a lot of damage and a bit of blight removal. So I think yeah, that's what I'm taking. So if you have full water, I don't know what I'd get rid of here though. Maybe Nature's Resilience. Yeah, that wasn't on the team for long. All right, so I think we probably are letting this wetland go. I know that we need it for targeting, but we can always put a presence in there later. Or maybe we... Thing is that this is a horrible cascade. This will be basically 3 blight. It's going 3 blight and 2 presence we'll lose if we let this one go. This is just 1 presence and 2 blight. And we can use the cleansing floods to just clear one of these lands, and then it's no longer a problem. And we can even bring some Dahan in here, defend there next turn, clear this one. So I think we go cleansing. Flash floods. I don't think it's going to justify itself. Well, maybe it will. So we're going to defend in here. Oh, I just realized we're not going to have the presence in there. And I've just got rid of my other defend card. The Sacred Site, I mean, for Quicken. That's a problem. Wow, we're going to lose lots of presence there. That's fine. Maybe we could lose a couple of presence. Maybe we just accept that that's what's happening. Lose a presence. So 2, 3 blight would go down, and then 4, 5 blight. Oh, and we lose. Yeah, let's not lose. Let's not lose. I think we could go something like we could quicken in here, and then it's only 3 blight. But if we sap, then that will reduce this to being a 2 blight drop. God, that's a little bit grim. But we do have the top on our threshold, but we're not using wash away. So that kind of makes me think, well, actually, is this worthwhile? I'm not sure. Not sure, but I think I just have to be brave. You know, sometimes we've just got to be brave. I'm going to be very, very brave. Okay, we can also preemptively get rid of some of this presence. Each player chooses a different land with the hunt. Invaders take one damage. Jesus, that's a lot of damage. Let's prevent this build. That seems like that's a gift from the game. Thanks, game. So yeah, this is the bad news. Let's destroy that town. And this is a lot of blight. And we will, I mean, it could... This land is a bit more troubling, but the thing is, if I let the blight overflow into here, then I could actually just smash that land this turn. And remove the blight that's been placed with cleansing floods. Because the trouble with hitting there is I'm not getting the use out of the blight removal element of this card. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Or, well, I'll make a decision. We'll see what the explore card is. Okay, another sand. Ah, the problem is I don't actually have... I can't River's Bounty to drag people into this land here. This is going to be 5, 8, 10 damage. So as long as I put a presence in there, I can defend with Quicken. So actually, this is still a better candidate for Cleansing Floods, even though it doesn't have Blight in it. So let's just bring this poor lonely one in. Oh, and we've also got massive flooding. So we can do clear a lot of this land, but not all of it. And we don't have any other push as well, because we've got this defend. Yeah, well, massive flooding in here, which should help. Should mean that the Ravage is a lot easier to deal with next turn. And then we can Cleansing Floods in here. And we're going to be looking to defend in these two lands. Ooh, Fear card. So, shame to defend without fight back, but can't have everything. So, unfortunately, we need to actually reclaim and place a presence to use any of our defend cards because they've both got quite serious range restrictions. Oh, this feels like it's kind of close to one, but I think it might actually be tricky. If I reclaim, do I have to reclaim and gain a mate? Am I in the YOLO major territory? So I can get a single card back. I mean, I can solve this problem by just using my reclaim 1 and getting sap if I can also gain a purple card. Oh, or I could just place a presence and reclaim that way. But then there's also this problem here. I have no cards in hand that will solve it. So I think I have to go with a YOLO Major. Now, there are only 18, and there are a few of these that will help. Claim, Vitality, Fright. So I think it's YOLO Major time. I think that's what it is. So let's gain that YOLO Major. If the Major has purple on it, then I'll be able to... I won't need to place presence in this area here, which means I could actually just reclaim Quicken. Actually, I could Quicken in here. Yeah, so Rapid Wings of Sunlight could be pretty good. Oh no, what am I talking about? Yeah, Rapid Wings of Sunlight could be good. Trees and Stones could also be pretty good. Trees and Stones solves this problem, but then we've still got this problem in here. And it is a problem of targeting more than anything else. Okay, it looks like Rapid Wings is our best shot. Is it? Is it really? Or we could go Talons of Lightning. Oh yeah, we could go... Oh no, we can't go Talons of Lightning. That's mountain and wetland. I know the solution's there. Maybe it's time for... I'm just going to get myself another coffee. So having sat here drinking my coffee for a little bit, I think the solution has presented itself. Basically, Rapid Wings I think is the best solution here. We can take these two Dahal and this central wetland, move them onto the coast, defend. So they've got defend 5 in there. They'll fight back and clear that land. And then in here, if I just place this presence and reclaim my Quicken the Earth struggles, then they've got the defend and the fight back. I nearly was thinking about going with Trees and Stones, but then you just don't destroy as many Dahan because you have to move. Actually, no. I mean, sorry, don't destroy as many invaders. I mean, it still kind of works actually. It still kind of works, but I think I'm going to go with Wrap. So let's forget something. Kind of like all these. Don't really want to forget any of these. have we actually gained anything? Boon of Vigor is always the one that I'm least excited about. Let's get rid of Boon of Vigor. And we're going to make a sacred site in here. And I'm going to reclaim our Quicken the Earth struggles. I suppose maybe yeah, I think we weren't going to get great thresholds on this turn regardless, I don't think. Okay, so we need to quicken in here and to wrap in there. Then we've got 2 more actions. Actually, let's just click all the buttons and see what we get. Okay, we don't get the top level, so maybe we won't flash floods. Maybe no flash flow, though we could just prevent that build. That's pretty valuable. And what else have we got? So no builds there. We can actually have it so only one of these builds takes place, or even we can clear this land completely. I think preventing that town being built is pretty good. Yeah, I think the flash floods is worthwhile wherever I end up putting it. Oh, I'm gonna have to think now. So got the massive flooding, which is 2 damage. I mean, we could even destroy the city by doing a little bit of damage now with flash floods and then finishing off with this massive flooding. But I think actually we're better off just maybe. There's not much left, is there? There's only this. This is all there is. Okay, all right. So they're going to build in here, and then those will be the only 2 buildings. Now it's a lot easier to destroy a town than a city. So maybe I do go with using my innate to destroy this. Maybe that's what I do. And we can even wash this away in with the Dahan, so that in the Ravage we can defend and wipe them out in the fast phase. Yeah, that seems reasonable. So, I'm going to wrap in here. We're going to bring them over here. So they'll have the defend they need. We'll, of course, quicken in here for defend 10. And, yeah, because we can't move cities as well. That's the crucial issue. So, yeah, everyone else we can kind of push around as much as we like, but cities, unfortunately, they just stay where they are. Very rude. I think you can move them maybe with Finder of Paths Unseen, but okay, well, we've got a bit of gratuitous extra damage here. Let's try and get the early fear card. Scapegoats, okay. So, should just be all good news here. Okay, the mountain and jungle. And we're aiming to win in the Ravage next turn. So we've got this massive flooding. We can finish off this city. And then there's just these here. So, yeah, let's not spend too much time on this, because I think it's all just fine. It's just fine. So we'll massive flooding in here to finish off this city. And then we can wash away. It's actually easy for us to push in with our Dahan than the other way around. So we'll wash this lot in here. And so our aim is to just defend in here and win on the Ravage. So without further ado, let's just do that. Just not going to think about this. I feel like once the win is there, I like to push to the end. If you disagree with this approach, feel free to say in the comments. But I think it's the morally correct way to do it. You know, there are lives at stake here. You don't want to waste time. So we should win this in the Ravage. Unless I've grossly miscalculated, which could happen. It hasn't happened just yet, but there's always time. So that was the victory. That was Sweden 6 with River. So thanks for joining me. I've been Peasant. If you like the video, and I'll hopefully see you again.